Chris, the only time he sees shaky cams is body cams when he's getting arrested. That's it.
Hey. Keep that shit off the net. Okay.
The only time Sarat sees shaky cam is when they shut down his family's restaurants.
We're just gonna start this shit live.
That's why I said I'm mad that I liked it. Like, I'm really pissed.
He's Chinese.
Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
There we go. Yeah.
I ain't got no room to talk. I mean, normally, y'all be waiting on me, so I can't say shit. But man,
Listen,
I was fighting.
Listen, this movie, it's been on my plate for like a while because I had heard about it, and I was like, let me, everything that sold it, they sold it as authentic. So I don't know what y'all got out of it.
Look,
first of all, this movie was a mockumentary. Like the whole shit was made up. The whole shit was made up, Chris. You know that, right?
See, I didn't read anything.
Shit was real.
No, I didn't read anything about it.
No, I didn't have to read. I was just like, ain't no way. No way.
Look, the whole documentary had me until, like I said, the last 7 and 4 minutes because I paused the movie. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So I know for a fact the last 7 minutes was like, okay, what the fuck is going on here?
With the melted Ronald Reagan fucking mask that they show for 30 seconds.
All right. Well, with that being said, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast featuring Marcos. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid. Motherfucker's gonna make me drink. I'm not. Like, this is how this movie had me.
Hey, join the club. And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta.
No, this movie is gonna make me drink. Look, I'm not even gonna scrunch my face. Watch.
No, I highly doubt that.
Yeah. You see that? He's fighting it. This camera froze for a second.
He fought it hard on that one. You had it for a second, but yeah.
I did, and then that just started burning.
Yeah.
Kind of like Christian college.
Okay, so the movie we're talking about this week, obviously we're already getting into it, but the movie we watched this week it's on Prime. It's called Horror in the High Desert. Now I saw this come across my feed on, I want to say Instagram or TikTok, something, but they sold it as they sold it as a real documentary. So I was like, oh shit, let me check this out.
So Chris,
like Chris, for the first, until like the last 7 minutes, they got me. They got me.
I knew because if you go back and watch the aunt, right? That was his aunt, not his mom. That was his aunt. She kept looking like she was reading cue cards.
His sister, which I also try to figure, why the fuck is she so much older than him?
Yeah, well, that happens. My sister is like 15 years older than me. I'm a baby. But
I don't know. Baby Huey.
No, like this is fuck you. Anyway, no, like this is the sister the entire time. It's like this is the camera, right? She was like, it was a while before, Gary disappeared. Like she kept looking at something.
But here's the thing. The acting was done so terribly, not the acting, but like the way it was shot, that I was like, man, it just looks like a student film. Like to me, it felt authentic because it didn't feel like people were trying to act.
These motherfuckers are actual actors. After I finished watching this piece of shit, I went on the Wikipedia page, and these motherfuckers all have acting credits.
My first red flag was the journalist lady.
No,
why is she sitting in the cubicle? Because the way she was sitting talking to the camera, I was like, okay, she's a journalist. Something about her setup just doesn't look right. The lighting, like she looks staged. And then there's a part in the film where she's in a different outfit. And then they cut back to her and she's in the original outfit. Like, okay, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying?
No. What I didn't like, that it was dead giveaway. I don't know if you remember that old social media thing, was when the private investigator was like, my name is Bill Salerno. I was like, bro, you are Hispanic as fuck. And then And then I was like, what? And then his name is, and then I feel like he had a Scully the entire time. I was like, I've never met a private investigator that looked like he about to drop the hottest mixtape of all time, bro. Like,
listen,
and then
listen. I contend that the way it was shot was terrible enough to where it felt like authentic college student fucking like film. It didn't feel like they intentionally made it look bad. It just looked like it looked bad, which is what to me sold me on it.
bro, so the thing that bugged me out about this
What the
movie
fuck
that I
was
got
that?
so fucking mad about it was that the whole thing was filmed via Zoom. And but not even that is when I looked at the Wikipedia page, this shit is based on an actual disappearance of another dude named Kenny something. And they could have just gone with that fucking story. Like, do the fucking thing. They were like, nah, we're gonna use the same exact disappearance and we're gonna change everything and make it a weird like are those supposed to be like mountain people? Like, I don't understand what the guy was supposed to be at the end
Look,
with the super plastic fucking mask. Yo, that looks like the first mask. You know, when you walk into the dollar store and it's like it's Halloween, they're like, yo, we got these masks. It doesn't
look,
even say the character, it just says mask.
look, I'm telling you, up until the whole thing had me interested. Like I was sitting there watching and piecing it together and trying to go with it. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was interested in it. But once it got to that last 7 to 4 seconds, there was one thing that happened where he actually drops his camera at his shoe, and then when he shows his leg being cut, it's two different shoes. I was like, let me rewind that
So
for a minute.
okay, I didn't. Okay, oh, okay. That's something I didn't actually pick up on. I didn't realize it. Where it got
Hmm.
me was when 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 the camera is on that house and that person ducks down. First
Yeah.
of all, that fucking got me. I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
I was, but the way he reacted, he just covered the camera. Didn't say shit. Didn't be like, "Yo, what the fuck
Yeah.
is it?" Didn't nothing. He just and I was like, hold on. Some of these, the way they're picking up this whatever this person is in the woods, he's in the middle of every single shot. I'm like, okay. The cinematography is starting to actually get decent. I'm like, maybe this wasn't
And
weird.
then,
Yeah.
but what about when they were like, "Hey, man," so they opened up his bag. In his bag, they had a cat, and then the hand is like this, still holding the camera. I was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, yo," like still on the record, but I was like, "Ain't no way." They cut his hand, and he's like this.
But see, that part caught me too because back to back, they said it was gruesome to watch. It was a really, really ugly cut of the severed hand, and
Yeah,
then right after this is like it was a clean cut, just like straight through. And I'm like, so which one was it? Was it ugly and gruesome, or was it clean? Because I've cut some shit, and
yeah,
a paper cut is a clean cut.
Go
Just
go
say,
yeah.
go back and watch it. The sister's like, "Yeah."
No, but it
Uh,
was so terrible. Look, her acting was so bad. I'm like, it was so bad
who
that I
wear
had to
who
believe that
wears
it was real.
sunglasses in an entire documentary interview?
I don't know if I can Floyd Mayweather.
look,
No, I'm just saying,
look,
like, okay. So we've seen stuff like this before. We've seen Blair Witch Project, okay, and this is kind of along the same realm.
actually, I've
Like,
never seen
what
Blair Witch
makes
Project.
Oh my god, we
I've
gotta
never
watch
seen it.
that. We gotta watch
that's a
together.
classic, bro. Yeah,
We gotta
It's a
watch.
but like,
classic, but
okay, so Marcos, what makes Blair Witch Project come across as real and this not? Because I felt like it was along the same lines.
No, definitely not. Because Blair Witch Project, like they it leaned heavy into the found footage. This shit was trying to make itself a documentary. The Blair Witch was like, this is the shit we found. It wasn't interviews. It was centered around the tapes that they found, and they used unknown people. Like the Hispanic guy, I looked at his name and I've seen him like in a fucking commercial before. So I was just like, all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I
I
was
didn't think
like,
all y'all look alike. That's what it is.
I don't know, man. I could do it because
No,
I am Hispanic. But like, I
no,
just
but I'm just
like
look.
this
I
from the
contend that
get.
I thought this.
No, you didn't. No,
I
you
contend that
fucking
I
didn't.
thought this movie felt like
This
a
motherfucker's
fucking student
capping.
film.
This man is
No, I
capping
was.
so
It
No,
had me.
no, I'm
It,
not. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie. The first, I think it's 81 minutes. So if my math is correct, I didn't graduate third grade. So let me think. I guess the first 75
oh, Chris, you ain't got enough fingers to do
minutes or
this.
whatever. Yeah, I don't. But the first 75 minutes, I'm just throwing a random number, was like, yo, like I'm really interested in
I,
this.
I, I would.
And
I,
then once the little
I would
critter,
tell Chris to count on his toes, but y'all don't want to see that.
bro. So you know this movie is a franchise. Like there's 4 to 5 movies. There's 3 that were made, and there's 2 more coming. And it's like, what the fuck,
Yeah, I know. That's why I told y'all. That's why I told y'all not to look anything up because I was like, if they
I
look
didn't.
it up, they're gonna know that
I just looked
it's
at that
fake.
right now. I was just like, and I legit was not when they tried to be scary. I was like, all right, this is how I knew it was fake because the other one, that the Murder Next Door, the one that Chris, the last pod that we did,
Oh yeah,
like
Yeah,
you could tell it was straight up documentary. But the fact that they were sitting and there was no police, nothing involved, and then when the dude was like, "Yeah, I spoke to the police." But we cleared him. I was like, you ain't police. Private investigators don't clear anybody. Like, you know what I mean? They don't get information. Then he was like, so I called the sister so I could tell her to tell them to tell me. And I was just like,
all right,
that's not
Chris.
how
All right,
that's not how it
Chris.
works. That's not
How did Chris? How did it get? Why did it get you? Like clearly, you're like me. You thought it was at least
yeah.
somewhat plausible until the end. Like, what was it about it that got
I
you?
I was
see.
I was watching it for what it was, and it had me intrigued. And like I said, there was a few little things that stood out to me, and maybe I was just reading too deep into the story because now I'm into it, I'm curious. But like I said, the journalist, um,
Hmm.
that like her whole screen setup was just like something like okay, that looks cheap as shit as a journalist. She should be the richest one out the group right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I let that go, and I just kept watching.
And
But like I said,
first of all,
once they got to the house and he turned away, and they came back and the person dropped. I was like, oh shit, okay. But then I started seeing Freddy Krueger and Jason and Chucky all at once. I was like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here? Because why are you not running, dude? I don't care. Like
yeah,
you're like, you gonna cover the camera? No, you get the fuck out of there. You just run. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
and I knew it was
That
bullshit
that
when he
that's
was
that's what
like,
I
go ahead.
like I said. That's what I contend is that he once his reaction to what was going on was when I went, oh, what's going on? Like he's not
Yeah,
reacting like someone who just got the shit scared out of him. So I was like, all
yeah.
right. Then that's when I was like, I think this is fake. I
And
think
and
this is
and,
fake.
and I hope the lisp that he had was not a choice, and it was just like the guy actually had a lisp.
Oh yeah, look at the deal. I'm out here,
I
finding
was
more
just
Indian
No,
heads.
uh,
listen, listen.
Like,
After I found out after you find out that it's fake, I hope I hope that whole thing was just a performance. Like he's actually eloquent. Talks with like perfect English, no speech impediment or nothing. Because that's one of the things that sold me on is
look,
clearly
honestly, I
like
want
okay, they took this dude and was like that's the kind of dude that would go do this kind of shit.
look, if
but
I met him right now, I want to smack the shit out of him just on GP.
how did they go from yo, there's mad drug people out there, something in hillbillies, and then to like mountain people. Like I was like, is this what's that old movie? The Hills Have Eyes. I was this
Mm,
The Hills Have Eyes? Like what?
I thought about that too.
I was like, that's in West
I'm
Virginia,
ex-
not in fucking Nevada. Like relax, bro.
I don't know. No, because no, isn't Hills Have Eyes? One of them is in Nevada. I don't know
No,
if
I
it's Hills,
thought it
but
was
it's
all of
like
them.
because
I thought it was in the mountains
no,
of
because
West
there's one
Virginia.
where it takes place. There's one where it takes place when like where they do all the fucking atomic bomb like tests and shit like that.
I thought that was Kansas.
You
I could
talking
be
about
wrong.
where
Kansas.
where
You
where
talking about fucking Wizard of Oz?
No, there's okay. Okay, I'm not gonna say what I've heard. Maybe what I know. I don't know. But there's some
you sound
stuff
like the
out
guy. He's like, I'm not going to tell you where I'm going to camp because I don't want people to come out here.
there. Nah, nah. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I just thought it was Kansas.
Chris is dumbfounded. That's how much this movie took from him. He's like,
No. Chris sound like he Chris sounds like he had a personal experience. Chris was like, I've been in Kansas. I've been around these parts. I know what goes on over there.
Yeah, I met a lot of
I'm telling you, man, like it. Yeah, because you're a truck driver and you're these places. No, but like movies like this, when they're super low budget, like when movies are super low budget like this. No, there definitely
Why do you
is.
keep pausing?
I think there's a delay on his side.
I think there's a delay going on. I told you this is the first time I've used StreamYard, so it isn't. It's work in progress.
You're like I'm thinking that you're being polite and stopping to talk with us, but you're like no, like you probably hear us talk 30 seconds after we start talking. Look,
no, there is a slight delay and stuff like that.
It's about a 3-second delay.
I don't know. Do you hear me in real time, Chris? Because I hear you in real time.
Yeah.
But
I hear Sarat in real time. I think Sarat just don't hear us in real time.
Yeah. Sarat, wait, what do you have your headset as your main thing?
What? Yeah, my headset. It's everything's running to. Listen, everything's running to my Rodecaster and then running up, to my headset. But it's because it's online. I think it's got to figure it out. This is the first time. This is what happens when you use new technology. You got to figure it out.
All I remember is that like me and Chris did it on the shoestring and like some matches last week, and it came out pretty good.
You say it came out pretty good. I had to do the editing.
I think it came out good. You had a bunch of original stuff because I gave you separate audio and separate video and the together product. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You ain't gotta like put it out there like you did all this craziness. The damn thing did it for you. You just saved it.
Well, fuck that. The crazy shit was this ass movie that you made us fucking watch.
No, this is better than Sisu.
With a guy that may or may not have a fucking speech impediment, with the Macy's hand like this with the camera. Like, what the fuck was that? It's like, hey man, it's a gruesome cut, and then it's like you see the end of the mannequin, like holding the hand, like yo, relax.
I'm like, look, I looked at the bottle, like, look, have I been drinking too much? Because something ain't adding up here. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think Marcos actually thought it was real. I think Marcos thought it was real. He's trying to play it like he didn't.
Look, I'm not going for it. I did until the last 7 minutes.
I have no reason to fucking bullshit you. I have no reason to bullshit you. Because like I don't give a shit what you think. I don't, especially
because you're trying to put it on me to pick a movie worse than Sisu. But this is way better than Sisu. I'm telling you. Anybody listening right now, this is way better than Sisu.
For those of you who don't know, go back a few episodes. Sarat is scared of Sisu because he likes playing Wolfenstein a little bit too much.
Sarat over here drinking. You drinking heavy tonight, ain't you, brother? Well, you got the peach. It ain't that heavy.
Yeah. This ain't that crazy. It's one of them nights. I got some big things coming up soon.
His hand is shaking. He's like, "Gotta have more. Gotta get through these next few weeks."
The last time we had a drink.
But so, actually, I haven't had a drink in like a few weeks.
Let's go say this morning.
Man, shut up. Y'all just don't judge me.
Oh man!
All right, so listen. What's Marcos? Marcos.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What would it take? What would it take for a faux documentary to convince you that it's real?
Like if you take what, even though one of the like a movie, like I was trying to remember what's that movie with
you know what I'm saying?
The Supernatural movie that it was like home video footage that they had a ghost.
What, Paranormal?
Yeah, Paranormal Activity. The first one was kind of got me. It was legit. They didn't show shit in that movie. It was just the creepiness and everything. Like, of course you could tell it was a movie, but like if they would have said this was like happened on real events and stuff like that and mixed in interviews, I would have been like, oh, this shit is crazy. because I'm Hispanic and we believe in a lot of supernatural shit. So
You don't believe in shit and fucking that's on.
whatever. Why you sound, damn, this sound like I hit a nerve. Like you don't believe in shit, motherfucker. Like
you don't believe in shit in Sasson.
What the fuck? Like Chris just had a flashback. Like you had an argument with a Latin chick over some shit like this.
Yeah, she
like,
cut me, man. She cut me deep.
She cut you.
I know,
hey, man.
Fucking,
We always got one. We always got one. I don't know.
Put the
Always
blade
got knives. Always got it. Like my wife asked me, like, "Why you always carry a knife?" I was like, "I don't know. I feel safe, but I do."
Oh man,
it's in your DNA. No, but okay. So with Paranormal Activity, again, it's scary, but you can clearly tell it's a movie. Something like
The
this,
first one was very heavy on the found footage.
No, I get it, but I feel like you can tell that it was. You didn't think it was real. You thought it was found footage, but you didn't think it was like a real event. Whereas Blair Witch Project and this, I think, can come across like real events.
You're adding that and this. It's like that picture. I feel like I've said this before. It's like that
You just don't
picture,
want to get
the drawing of the three dragons, where the first two are great, and then the last one is like, oh, looks like a cartoon. You never seen that? That's how this movie fits when you try to compare it to another movie.
No, like, see, if you got two, if you got two out of the three of us that like this thing got us into thinking like it was a real documentary until the end, I feel like it's successful. What you think, Chris? Do you think it was successful in convincing you that it was a real movie?
I could tell you didn't know you knew it was fake because you told us not to Google anything, which means you already knew going into you watching it that it was fake. You see, you didn't pick up on that. Sarat didn't try to be funny. He was like, "Hey, don't Google shit."
He did say, yeah, you did say that. Don't Google nothing.
So this motherfucker knew.
Okay.
Yeah, motherfucker. If we were in person, I would still have this conversation like this.
Okay, so what happened was I had already seen it. I had already seen the movie the week before because I was in Australia, and so that's why I picked the movie I had just seen and I looked it up because it got me. That's why I said don't look it up, motherfucker. Don't fucking try to put thoughts in my brain like I'm trying to scheme. Your brain is too tight. Man. That's why.
Whatever. No, your fucking your movie meter is too fucking low. This shit couldn't even be called the movie, motherfucker. Like I would have been like, what the fuck is this? Like I watched it. Like if this was a CD, I would have taken it up. But like I can't get jiggy with this and just throw it on the floor.
Like I said, if I see the person, I'm gonna smack his speech straight. Yeah. Really, look at the sheep over here. We got sheep, mate. Oh, so there's sheep in the mountains today.
But listen, I'm not going to tell you where I'm at because I don't want people coming out here and trying to do dangerous. So they go out there. He has no food. It's very dangerous.
Would you guys go out hiking in an area like that?
No, because that's some white people shit.
No. Fuck no.
Maybe you, because you're weird like this, but ain't no people with skin color. Notice that he had no friend that were of color. Like, first of all,
we don't know that. That's an assumption. We don't know that. His dog liked him, so he's a good guy.
Bro, his sister was the first person from his family to go over there to see what's up. Bro, I would have had like 3 cats.
She's 30 years older than him.
Yeah, she's like, that's his mom. They didn't tell you that's the story that I want to know about. That she's actually secretly his mom.
Yeah,
the grandmother had to act like that was her kid, and say that they were sisters. Nah,
man,
that's her son that died by the fake Ronald Reagan mask at the end.
Yeah,
why did the guy in the mask look in the camera like this? I thought he was gonna start smiling. He went.
It was a freeze frame. Listen, I think listen. This is Chris. Where would you ever go like exploring like that somewhere?
Yeah, with a lifeline though. Whether I got my shotgun, a skillet, something. I ain't going into the wilderness like that.
What are you in a Medea movie? You gonna hit that motherfucker with a skillet?
Look, man, a skillet do some damage. I don't give a damn. You can cook with it and kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But
all I'm saying, I've seen more horror in a YouTube video where they talking about building a cabin in the woods. Two old Russian men just start digging shit. Like this
Listen,
movie was not it, bro. Like
no,
listen.
I
No,
appreciate
listen.
we've seen some worse shit on this channel.
Yeah,
Namely,
Cece.
namely your fucking weird ass movie. What was it that he made us watch? The fucking anaconda.
the chicken shit.
Yeah, the
The big
anaconda.
ass chickens.
Oh yes, I forgot about that shit. Oh man, that fucking piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That shit looks
Listen,
better than this.
The rats chasing peanut butter and shit.
Oh my god! And the motherfucker
y'all are
kept throwing
just
the same rat. First of all,
y'all
you're
just.
super frozen right now.
I know. I
So
can see that. It's because this thing records off the internet. I don't know. It's StreamYard. You the one that recommended this shit.
what? Well, it works for me. What do you think? Zoom records off of what? A satellite, nigga?
No, I use the app. I use the app.
Hey,
The
well, how
app,
do you think the app connects? The app uses the internet.
Listen,
You're making no
listen.
sense right
It's
now.
just nah. This shit is just whatever.
but you hold on. You are the host, aren't you?
Yeah,
What's up?
we
Yeah, I am
So
the
had
you
host. I don't know what, but I don't know. This thing it lags until I figure this out. This is literally the first time I'm using this.
hey, go upstairs and turn off all your 15 porn screens, and you'll be okay.
13 because it's my lucky number. Okay.
my equipment almost fell in the background.
No. Okay, but like, okay. So here's the thing. I feel like when movies like this, especially like this is the type of movie where you can get away with shitty cinematography, right? Where
Okay.
you're trying to like you're trying to make something feel real. So if it's shot like shit, you can get away with it. Do you think something like that adds to the atmosphere of a scary movie, or do you think it needs to be clear and you can see everything?
I don't know. I'm not a fan of shaky cam in movies. I thought it was good when it was original, but now too many people copy it. What about you, Chris?
Nah, I don't like shaky cams because like you can't really see what you're trying to see.
Yeah.
In my
That's
opinion.
because That's because Chris. The only time he sees shaky cams is body cams when he's getting arrested. That's it.
Hey! Keep that shit off the net. Okay.
The only time Sarat sees shaky cam is when they shut down his family's restaurants. He's like, "No, you don't come here. You don't come here."
It'd be in the shit part of town.
Yeah. You don't come here. You don't come here. Get out. It's like, sir,
Oh, man.
we're the health inspectors.
Oh man.
Ugh. Listen, I'm actually curious about part 2 and part 3 because part 2 and part 3 can't be documentaries or faux documentaries,
Imagine it's
right?
a continuation. So we found more tapes. This motherfucker had 18 hours worth of footage.
Well,
Yeah.
no. So at the end of the movie, they talk about how there's other social media accounts that went looking for this cabin after this dude went missing. So I can maybe it's following those other people that are going to look for this thing. Who knows?
And also in the cabin, they were like, "This is cabin. We ain't gonna tell you where it's at. Don't look for it. But there's a cabin somewhere out there that only I found."
Okay. Did anybody else find it interesting that this dude would do 3-day hikes? Like
With
on
no
a day.
food?
No,
Yes.
nah,
In the desert,
nah. White people do that stuff, man.
with no food.
You ever seen
and no water.
157 Hours?
That's because he got stuck.
No, but I'm saying like
He was
people
hiking.
go
He
off
was
hiking and do
hiking.
stuff.
He was hiking and went to scratch his nuts and forgot he was holding on to the wall. It's like, oh shit! And fell.
Oh
You
god.
don't. I mean, y'all wouldn't go like on a 3-day hike.
With supplies.
Guys, yes.
He might have. I
Look,
don't.
and I'm,
We said it at the same time.
and I'm military trained, which means I can learn how to make some shit out there. However, I'm not fucking stupid.
Yo, come on. We got to talk about the fact that we said it at the same time with
With
supplies,
with supplies. Shit.
motherfucker. Supplies, motherfucker.
Man.
Listen, I might do it if there's something out there, something out there, go find. Chris, listen. If you Chris, listen.
Drop a
If
pin.
if if
Drop
if
a pin.
if out
Send
in
a
the
pin to
outback,
somebody.
No, if out in outback in Nevada, in the middle of nowhere, they had this crazy
Don't
ass chicken
don't
joint, you
don't
would,
don't you do
you
that to
would,
that
Not for
poor
no
woman.
chicken.
Do not do that to
yeah,
that
yeah,
poor
you
woman.
would.
I'll go find some
Pork
pussy.
chops.
You heard?
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
do that to that poor woman. Do not do it. This man is gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. And then all of a sudden you're gonna see a
Nah, Marcos will hike 3 days to go find some. Marcos will hike 3 days to go find some bootleg wrestling merch.
first of all,
He
you
like, I eat it all the way here.
first of all, you guys Sarat always assumes that I'm out here buying wrestling merch. I'm not. I just buy random useless merch. That's what I do.
Look at your background, dude. Even I can't. Like,
What is like these are just belts. These are like over like 15, 20 years of me collecting, dog. Like, what do you want me to do? The rest of this shit is anime and Knicks and comics. I don't do the wrestling. I don't do it. I don't do it like that.
what? Look,
I don't do bootleg wrestling stuff like he said.
no, okay. So you want it authentic and real. You don't do bootleg.
Yeah, yeah. I'm
The,
still
You
the
waiting.
Dominican though.
salts,
I'm still
sewn
waiting.
on designs.
I'm waiting for Surat to make me my own versions of stuff.
Make your L.A. night, yeah.
First of all, if you have a vest, I don't know about any of you. I don't own any vests. This is the first vest. I didn't even buy it. They threw it in. I marked a 2-piece suit and they gave me a 3-piece. And that's the only like I put it on and my wife was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm gonna be a vest guy now." She's like, "You just gonna wear that in the street?" She was like, "Plenty of people." I was like, "Plenty of people wear vests." She was like, "Who?" And I was like, the only person that came to buy was LA Knight. And then I said, "You know what? Let me send this video to these assholes." This was 2 weeks ago, and Chris is still talking about it.
Because the shit, like, look, when Surratt was like, "Did you
Yeah.
watch that video?" And I was like, "Nah, I ain't look at it yet." He's like, "Look," he's like just gay. And I was like, "All right." So I looked at it, and sure enough, out of all the things you can say, you was like, "L.A. night, yeah." I was like,
That's
"Whoa,
what he says. What do you want? What am I gonna do?
dude!" But you
Send you
confirmed
a
it.
video of just me talking? That's even worse. At least I sent you something that's recognizable.
But look, even he's like L.A. night, yeah. You was like, "Yeah." You was a gay little John.
What am I supposed to say? Like I'm not a wrestler. I don't have to enunciate to a microphone on a daily
Oh
basis.
man.
Like
Oh,
this man, he's not mad that I'm wearing a vest. I'm mad that I got the catchphrase wrong. That's what he's mad about.
yeah,
He's
you
like,
look
"Did you
like you
ever?"
was you look like you was about to tell people which seats to go to.
Hey, that's what Lily said. Lily was like, "Are you an
Oh
usher?"
shit.
I was like, "Are you an usher?" And I was like,
Wait,
"Yeah, girl."
oh,
And I said, "This are my confessions," and she was like, "I don't get the joke." I was like, "Just stop." I
Mm.
left. I
all
left.
right. So if somebody came to y'all with the idea of making a movie that was a fake documentary like this, would y'all be up for it? And if y'all were for it, what would it have to be? What would be this? What would you be the subject matter?
You want to know how that'll happen? Wait until Christmas and see Anaconda with Jack Black. That would
Hey
be
man,
me.
don't talk to me about your anacondas, bro. Like, listen, that's
What?
Wait,
good for
that went
you.
way left real
Yeah.
quick.
You
Yeah,
guys
I
have
mean,
not seen have you not seen the commercial with Paul Rudd and Jack Black, the movie called Anaconda?
I've seen
With the three
a
friends are like, "Bro, I think it's time." And he's like, "Do what?" He's like, "Let's remake Anaconda." It's shot for shot. Like
I
if
have not seen. Nah, I haven't. I think I've seen that commercial, but
I think honestly, the movie's it's a dumb premise, but I feel like it's going to be the Christmas movie of the year because Jack Black does not fail. We talked about this on this pod. He does not fail, dog.
I wouldn't say it's the
no,
Christmas movie of the year though. It
I,
was probably a good
what
yeah,
else is
movie.
out there?
Minecraft wasn't a good movie, but it was something to watch.
yeah,
But I'm talking about the Christmas movie in terms of like earnings. He's the king of the
no,
box office.
no, but you're saying the Christmas movie of the year like is going to be like if you're gonna say Christmas movie of the year, it's got to be a Christmas movie. That ain't a Christmas movie. And because if
Well,
you're talking about just movies, Avatar's coming out. That's gonna be a Christmas
well,
movie of
I
the year.
think it's gonna give Avatar a run for his money because a lot of people I know do
Liar.
not like Avatar. I
Oh
didn't watch
please.
Avatar in the theater. I saw the first one in the theater. I felt like it was a very long movie. I don't like the premise. I was like everything turned into a love story, and I was like, this is not. Like, yo, it was like, yo, if you would have swapped
Love
out
makes
the
the world go
aliens,
round. Love and rice
Yeah,
and peas.
exactly.
It says
Yeah.
so.
so look,
No,
look,
but hey, listen,
you
hold
see
on.
how sincere Chris look? He's like, so.
Yeah, because he's having one of them moments. He's
Look,
like,
man.
he's being nostalgic right now.
Look,
He's about to cry. He's like,
I miss my potato balls and acapullias, and I don't get that down here.
that's what
Puerto
you called
Ricans,
him. You used to call him potato balls.
yeah, that was the English version. I don't know shit.
That's
You
what you
know,
call him. That's what you used to call your ex, potato balls.
whoa.
You heard what he said? He said, "I miss my potato balls." He said, "That's what you said." Hey, papi, that's what you
Look,
said, papi. I don't know. That's what you say. That's what you say, my friend. That's what you say.
you finally got me, Marcos. You finally got me because I got no comment for that.
That's what you say, papi. That's what you say.
Oh man,
I don't know. Hey, it's okay.
Marcos, if somebody made it, if you starred in the documentary, what would be the subject matter of that documentary? Just out of
Sub-
curiosity.
Subject matter that a documentary,
Yeah.
yeah.
like how did Surratt keep his gayness at bay for 40 years?
Oh
I'll
gosh.
be the dude. I'll
First
be the
of all,
dude in
that's
the
a
back, be like,
series.
I don't know. Like I thought he was straight. And then Chris said
Listen,
he missed the potato balls, and then I was like, what?
listen, I done got hit on by enough gay guys to be like, you know what? I can get it. I get it. I see it.
You know
You
what?
heard him. You heard what he said, Chris. He said,
Look,
"Yep, I could get it."
look.
He said, I could get it.
I heard him. That'd
You
actually be
heard him.
funny. But look, man, he's been my friend for the last 20 years, and he had a fetish for chicken dicks, not knowing that
This is
his,
actual footage from the documentary. Chris is like, I don't know, man. It's crazy, crazy. I
like
guess being in that locker room with all those buff dudes, fitting them and shit, because Chris will be the type of dude that he's so disappointed he won't even look at the camera. He's like, I
I
don't
just
know.
dropped my head, man. Look,
I
like
like
he
the
talked
fit.
about like chitlins and chicken dicks and potato balls, and
He
I just
talked
didn't get it. I thought it was food.
he talked about this athlete that I'm not going to say his name. He said, "Hey man, you got to stop making your pecs so big because I can't keep up with this sewing."
I think y'all motherfuckers is. I think y'all like pushing on your whatever.
Yeah,
Fuck y'all.
it
Fuck
sure that to
y'all.
get got.
Yo, that's how we got him. When somebody just go, fuck y'all, I'm cool, you
You're
lose.
not. Oh man.
Ugh.
Uh,
All jokes
But I'm telling
aside,
you,
I would love to do a documentary about like my family's heritage and stuff like that because it's like it turns out that we have
the best glizzy salesman for the last 200 years.
no, like honestly, all jokes aside, my family has a rich Dominican heritage that goes back like in the island for a minute. Like it wasn't like, oh, my grandfather and then our heritage comes from another place. Like that would be something to
I
do,
say I heard.
you know. But I also am superstitious and that's how they get you. So I'll never do an ancestry. Like Lily
Yeah.
wants me to do that so bad, and I'm like, nah, that's how they
Now you're
get you.
gonna,
Then my
yeah,
DNA will be everywhere.
Man.
first of all, your DNA is everywhere. I've seen them hotel rooms.
Hey,
But
I mean, you stayed with me one time. He was fine. He was perfectly
I know
fine with
you
it.
man was yeah, you was strapped up like Weapon X. I didn't know.
Hey, I don't give a shit. I use a CPAP. I'm trying to stay alive. What did Big Pun say? He's like, man,
Those,
I lost 100 pounds. I'm trying to stay alive. And then he sure enough died before that track hit the fucking radio.
oh
Like,
man.
oh shit.
What about you, Chris? If they made a documentary that you starred in, what would be the subject matter?
For
What's
me,
the story about that guy that had that they kept using the meme? The dude that was sitting on the side of the pillow. Chris was the guy that took the picture of it. That'll be his documentary.
nah, no. I just talking about nah.
You just snort.
Ye-
Yes, I did.
Look, what you doing holding the baseball?
I'm
The,
Dominican. I can't help myself.
the potato balls got you thinking.
No, no. I'm like really embracing my heritage. I can't help myself.
Oh god.
I can't. Matter of
But
fact, this should be the thumbnail, sir. Look, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
I'll put that on the thumbnail.
oh gosh, now if I did a real
Chris, yeah.
documentary about me,
Mhm.
it would be based either around Jack Daniels or pussy.
Two stinky things. All right.
But they make you feel so good.
Yeah, but then you get in a lot of trouble when you partake.
It
Yeah.
depends on how much you partake.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I did if I
We know
started a
yours.
documentary, no,
We know
I would
rice.
want to go into a fried chicken cook off. That's what I would do. Go the history of fried chicken, and then I'm gonna come up with the best fried chicken recipe that
No,
motherfuckers have ever seen.
they already did that. Didn't they do that with the. They did a documentary. It was on Netflix with the Asian dude that brought Robert Downey Jr. and Spider-Man on. Like I felt like he did Korean fried chicken.
No, they talked about
No,
Korean fried chicken, but it
I think
wasn't centered around that.
no.
I'm talking about going into a competition, like blood sport, but with fried chicken, you know. And I'm gonna go train, I'm gonna go train with the masters, you know.
We throwing chicken wings at people.
I don't I
Yeah,
don't I
The
don't
chicken
want
wings
that.
left,
Okay,
right foot.
I don't want
bread on, bread on, bread off.
I don't want the culinary people coming after us. But can you really train in cooking?
Yes,
Like
yeah,
that
that's what
like
cooking school is for.
but I don't know, man. Like I felt like
Really? That's a question you're asking?
I mean, I don't know how to cook like that really, honestly. But it's like
Yeah,
so it's
microwaves just hot dogs a minute and a half in the
no,
microwave.
so it's basically like the 10,000 hours. Like if you repeat it and everything, you can perfect it. Because
Well, I
it's
mean,
like
say if you go to culinary school, you're learning like knife skills. You're learning about like how to
yeah, but
make like different
that's
types of sauces
incorporated.
and stuff like that.
But like how do you I feel like food is so subjective. Like, the perfect fried chicken, like it might be perfect for you, but the next one would be like, this is horrible. Like
Well,
I
I mean,
think
if you get a panel of 5 people with varied palates, and
Mhm.
4 out of the 5 think your chicken is the best,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a barometer for saying you got the best fried chicken.
What's the two of
You
fried
know,
chicken?
I love fried chicken,
You
bro. You
better
see
keep your
this?
egg roll.
I've never
This is
seen you eat fried chicken ever in your life.
you don't know, bro. You don't know.
Look, I
I
ain't
eat
gonna
fried
lie.
chicken.
But I'm
I eat fried
how many,
chicken. I eat fried chitlins. I eat fried all that.
but all jokes aside,
He eats
I think
fried chicken dick.
we've only gone to dinner one time. I think the other times we all just drank. We just
Yep.
drank. That's all. But all right, I want next time I see you, I want to see
Bro,
you
Korean.
eat fried chicken.
I've been going
That
off about
sounds
some
weird.
Korean fried
Pause.
chicken lately.
Look, even Chris is like, nah.
I was just sitting thinking like one time I showed up at his parents' house and he wasn't there. But I'm family, so I was in town. Like, hey, stop through. First thing mom says is, Chris, you made it. I made fried chicken. All right, where's it
Yep.
at?
Yo, the funniest thing that my mom did, and I don't even think she understood it because my mom doesn't understand the correlation with certain foods and certain people. So my boy Akeem came through neighborhood, my homeboy, is a close friend of mine. And my mom be like, Akeem, oh, you want some watermelon? And then I'm looking from the living room and I just died laughing. And like she didn't understand what she was saying. And me and him were just dying. And I was like, I bet he does.
Man,
All right. So before we get to the end of the episode, I want to institute a new segment into our pod, and I'll kick it off this week. So essentially, we're gonna have whoever picked the movie that week can come up with this, but we're gonna do question of the week. All right, and it doesn't have to do with the movie that we just watched. Just in general, question about movies.
okay.
Since I picked the movie this week, I'll put forth the question this week. So my question this week to y'all is, what do you think is the greatest movie trilogy of all time?
Of all time.
Yes. I'll start. I think my the best movie trilogy of all time might be Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're looking at quality of story, like the every movie gets better and better. They get bigger and bigger, but they don't like you don't have one in there where you're like, oh, this is the weak version. Like you get each one plays its part right, and they
Mm-hmm.
all tell a cohesive story that doesn't step on each other. Like it's just it to me. It's like it's almost a perfect trilogy.
I won't argue that. I think because I'm a fan of the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I can still watch it to this day. I will sit there 9 hours in front of the TV and watch them back to back.
Hmm.
But the greatest trilogy, Blade, black man with a sword.
You gonna say Blade Trinity?
No, even look. Come on now, like they was good.
It's
Let's say Batman, like Dark Knight Rises. They were all good movies, but the one outdoes the other. Versus Lord of the Rings, you might. I'm thinking, but neither of those movies outdo the other one. They're all good.
yeah.
They can stand
Like
alone.
I love the Dark Knight trilogy, but there are people who say the third one is falters a little bit. I don't believe
It's
so,
the third one
but
sucks because it's hard to understand Bane. If he was a lot clearer, then it would have been, in my opinion, a lot better. But you find yourself really trying to focus on what he's saying, so you're missing out on whatever's going on in the rest of the scene.
yeah,
That's
I
my
don't know.
opinion.
I think with the Dark Knight Rises, okay, because in Batman Begins, you get like kind of that comic book feel of like what Gotham is. You get that
Hmm.
it feels like a comic book movie, and then with the Dark Knight, you get it feels like that you take superheroes and put them in the real world. And then with
It,
the
it,
Dark Knight Rises, well, and then the Dark Knight Rises, I think you get the perfect blend of both, where it's like still comic booky with like the Lazarus Pit and like Bane and all that stuff, but it still feels like it takes place in the real world. So I think it's successful in that point. But there are to me with Dark Knight Rises there is a bit of like plots that like it moves pretty quick. I feel like it needs a little more time to digest the plot.
Hmm.
What about you, Marcos?
I think if we're going off of how strong they are, it's an A and B answer. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna have to go with the original Star Wars trilogy.
Mm. I forgot all
Mm.
The
about that.
original
Oh,
Star
okay.
Wars
Okay. Okay.
trilogy.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
my guilty favorite trilogy is the Mexico trilogy, which is El Mariachi, Desperado, and Once Upon
And
a
Once
Time
Upon
in
a Time in
Mexico.
Mexico.
See,
Those are three
okay.
bangers that I could watch back to back to back, and which I haven't in a while. And now, thank you for reminding me. I'm going to cue that up as soon as November starts because I'm still doing
Mm.
horror movies every day.
With that being said, you got a good one with the original Star Wars. Cause my mom watched them, so I grew up on them. That's why I don't like the new ones. Because the
Yeah.
original to me was like its own
I
story.
I think the
That's
I
a hard
think
one to fight.
I think the new ones are more eye catching, appealing, better because I hate when you have a great movie that's a concept, but you don't have the technology to make it happen.
What was that?
Hold on, I need more footage. You know what I mean? Like, think about this: if they made Blade, right?
Uh,
If they
Yep.
made Blade, the whole trilogy, and they had the technology and the budget that they would have now, but still keep it the same, it would be dope. Like I wish you could go back to those movies, and I'm surprised Hollywood has not developed a way to do that, where you could fix the CGI. You know what I mean? Or fix the shit that looks whack. Don't
Yeah,
remake it. Just fix that. Like you could do that in a sequence and keep the original.
but
Like you know.
I feel like if you do that, it loses some of its luster. Like sometimes when you even cause even if you well, okay, so for instance, I've watched Lord of the Rings in like the fucking upscaled fucking 4K shit like that and with like the smooth motion. And to me it makes it look way faker. Like I gotta watch it like it was originally intended. And I think
But think
sometimes
about
the
this. Think about this. If you watch the original Superman and you just remaster it, you remove the strings that you can see, and you just change certain scenes that makes him look like he's really flying instead of him just doing this. it makes it a better movie. Like it holds up with the test of time. This is why I think, and you might think I'm crazy. I think that's why animation is going to always hold up because it's up to your imagination. You're not beholden to what is available at that time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I feel like sometimes when you go back and tinker with older movies, like part of the magic of it is being able to see how they did some of that stuff back then. Is like, kind of the imperfections that go into it. Because if you go in, like again, like with Star Wars, for example, when George Lucas went back and input Hayden Christensen's fucking Vader into that scene where he's in like the fucking chamber at the end
Yeah.
of, was it, is it Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it throws it off. You don't get that same joy or that same feeling you got when you originally saw it, because now like, okay, like they did something to this.
But you sometimes get the perfect marriage and you get the teaser of what could have been. Like what was the movie that what the hell is his name? Martial artist that was in Blade 2. Asian
Oh,
dude.
Donnie
Donnie Yen.
Yen.
You remember the
Okay.
Star Wars movie that he was in? That
Yeah,
at the
fucking
end,
Rogue One.
yeah, when they redid the Vader, if that tell me that's they it was the same exact scene, but turned up with the appropriate technology now. That shit was sick. When he destroyed the rebels, when they're like, oh shit, it's Vader. That if you would have had that in the original, that movie would have been probably the most beautifulest thing in the world. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like there's movies that come out in the perfect time, and I know I sound like a Marvel guy, but the Black Panther, I don't think that movie would have been as good as it was. It didn't come out during that time. The movie looks beautiful. The technology matches everything. The story was great. Like it was like that's a movie to me that 10 years from now I could pop in and watch and be like, okay, I like it. But I gotta be in the mood to watch certain movies like the old Superman and shit like that. Shit that I'm like, okay, they're reaching for the stars, not having the technology. Like you could tell if you go back as good as the original X-Men from 2000 was, you could tell that they were using camera tricks to make shit that they knew was not possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like the Wolverine claws. Like I read somewhere or saw somewhere on YouTube that it was multiple shots of him like showing different claws with whatever CGI was available to show him just go like this and then the claws come out of his fist. Like that took forever,
yeah.
which is insane.
I
But
don't, I don't know. I might be in the minority. Chris, you might be with me, but Black Panther's overrated. Just so you know.
I don't think it is.
Yeah,
It's one of
listen,
my
and
favorite
then PlayStation 2 graphics at the end, where Killmonger and Black Panther are fighting each other. Come on.
bro. What did he
Okay,
do?
okay. I will say this: the last fight scene wasn't that good to me.
Yeah.
I will say that. But come on now,
Listen,
nah,
listen.
Black Panther. I shed a tear in that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love me like
because you
that,
could.
my
You,
dreams
you
might let
listen.
me know.
Your culture would not allow it. I get it.
Remember he's like,
The
did he
DNA wouldn't let you not shed a tear.
he's like, did he freeze? And he's like an antelope.
Yeah, but
Listen,
see,
no,
I okay. No,
I'm
I
like,
think
okay,
I
when
advocate the same.
when people were going on about how Killmonger might be the new Joker, I was like, stop it. He was good, not the new Joker. Sorry.
No, 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 no. I definitely don't see that. But the last fight, I mean, the story of it all, like how it like the train or whatever went through, and how it would like, I guess, melt their uniforms, whatever the case may be. Okay, but the fight scene itself, I wasn't impressed with it. Same thing as that fucking Wolf Warrior shit that we watched. You want to kick with me? And they went ballistic.
Chinese?
It's like, come on, man. I expected a whole kick scene for like 40 seconds, and then shit happened.
I think if
Oh,
Donnie Yen was in that movie would have been different.
It would have been no kicking, though. Donnie ended punch the shit out of him like
I
16
know. He
times.
just punched him to the ground.
Yeah.
He punch every wolf that came at him.
Every single one. It's like, yo, we only got 3 wolves. I don't care. Keep throwing them at me. It's like, you can't really hit these wolves. Like, shut the fuck up. Barr, barr.
Man.
Okay,
13
But
ticks.
I got a question. Just, you know, connected to that question I asked. Why is it so hard to make a successful trilogy of movies? Why does it always feel like at some point shit just teeters and falls off?
I have the perfect answer for you.
Whoa,
It's a
whoa.
combination of a couple factors. It's the studio, how much money is in stake, and if the original creators are still associated with it. Like case in point, Spider-Man. Spider-Man 1 and 2, Sam Raimi had the full reins. Spider-Man 3, he originally had just Venom, and then the studio said, "No, let's throw in somebody else." And then the Sony
I
came in and
thought
said,
no, I thought he didn't have Venom. He had someone else, but they wanted Venom. The studio wanted
"Oh,
Venom.
you're right." They had who was it? The guy that Michael
Sandman?
Keaton, no, the guy that Michael
Say, oh,
Keaton, and
Vulture.
they had Vulture by himself, and they were like, "Nah." And then they threw in the whole subplot with what's it called, with Harry, and then they threw in Venom, and then they threw in the Sandman, and like it was a lot going on because at this point it's not about making a movie; it's about how can we extend our pockets. Because
Yeah,
best believe if that movie was as successful as the first two, then every soup they would have gone and had like a what is it, a Sinister Six. They would have had spin-off movies. They would have had like Spider-Man would have had a sidekick and be like, oh, this is Little Spider, his homeboy. Like, they would have made up some bullshit just to make money.
yeah.
And that's what happened. Greed. So short answer, greed always gets in the way of trilogies.
I
Go ahead,
guess my
Chris.
answer was if you asked if I remember the question, you said what makes a good trilogy.
No. What like? Why does it always feel like when you're making a trilogy, like it's so hard because it always feels like at some point, like the third one or one of the movies just kind of falls off the wagon.
I think because they're rushing it. You got to treat it like food. In my version, treat it like sex. You trying to fuck, you trying to make love. Because if you fucking, you getting the whole nut. But if you making love, it's gonna last all night long.
My man said the whole nuts.
He
This,
can't
this,
never talk about nothing without sex. Like that's it. That's his metaphor for everything.
I mean, but does it make sense?
If you're gonna go to court, you got to go. It's got to be like sex. You can't rush into it. If you go rush into it, and that's how you get stuck up for 7 years. You got to just take your time and just go.
You gotta finesse it. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I really feel like because they're rushing it, I feel like you ever had like that stew that you're making? Like who
Hmm.
wants a stew that was made in 15 minutes? If you said that
Yeah,
shit marinated for 15 hours overnight and you added this here and there and you did this whatever, like that meat's tender and the potatoes are soft and like I feel like that's why I feel like Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, might be um Jedi just because of the fact of every movie was released a year after each other. They didn't
yeah,
rush it. They might have filmed it all at once, but they didn't rush it. They took their time to do the editing, to do the release. It's like when it comes out, it's going to come out, and I feel like that's the
yeah.
biggest thing. Don't rush. Don't rush the art. Let the art do itself.
And also, Sarat, you got to think about any movie that comes out that's like, yeah, this is the beginning of a trilogy, never works out.
Yeah,
The
yeah. But
bottom falls out of it, and you
yeah,
end up like look at what's it called, Kick Ass 1 and 2. It was supposed to be three of them. I enjoyed the
yeah,
first two, and then the studio was like, nope,
yeah,
we don't want this on our books anymore. And
Because
now
I feel like it's like the same thing with Transformers. Transformers was dope. The first three, in my opinion, was dope, but then it was just like, how can we push more crazy Transformers
I
and
still
more money,
watched
or
them,
whatever?
but I was done with them when they had Mark Wahlberg as a scientist. I was
See,
like, that man,
that's what I'm saying.
he doesn't
Like
look like he knows how to read, dog. And I love Mark.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
why
yeah,
the Fog movie, what is it, that happened? And I was like, oh shit, they got Mark Wahlberg as a scientist. He's like, hey, say hello to your mother. Like, tell me. So you telling me the molecules come together? The molecules come together. That's what you're telling me.
Look, but that's what I'm saying. The first three to me was dope. The first three. After that, they're just good movies to watch. But the first three told a story, in my opinion.
yeah. I see. I think what was so successful about Lord of the Rings is that because they shot them all at once, they're like, we're telling this complete story, and we're not trying to outdo the thing that came before it. Whereas I think for a lot of movies, it's like, okay, how do we make it bigger? How do we make it bigger? And it's like, when you're always trying to, always trying to like one up the last movie versus telling the story like naturally how it should be told.
Okay,
Then
I got a
because
question.
it was even like that with X-Men. X-Men 1 was great. X2 was fucking awesome. But then when they hit X3 and they wanted to try to shoehorn as many fucking mutants into it as possible, like I still love X3, but like you're trying to do all that. Now you're like, okay, like you're losing
So,
traction because
so
you're losing the
question,
heart of the story.
Mm-hmm.
question. It's still movie related, but we're taking a different pace here. Why? Um, are you a fan of remaking movies or not? Or leaving them
No,
alone?
no.
Yes,
I'm gonna say
yes, and
plain as
no.
day. No,
Yeah, yes. So
Okay.
Chris, you answer first, and I'll go.
that's a hell no. Just because if you have a good movie that was a classic, like for instance, I was looking on Netflix earlier. There's a whole series about Taken, and to me, Taken movies were just okay. They weren't that good,
Mhm.
but you get some traction, and if we could do some more with it, like no, like leave some shit where it is. Like Terminator went too far. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Hopefully, they never ever do a remake of Scarface because you can't.
Well, Scarface is a remake.
Yeah.
Scarface,
Oh,
that Al Pacino
you
Scarface is
answered
a
your
remake from
you answered
1950s.
your own question, so you are for them.
Well, see, I didn't know it was a remake. I thought the original. I thought Al Pacino was the original Scarface,
No,
but that was a classic. Who knows the original one besides you two fucks?
the original was the black and white movie.
No, okay. So here's my thing. Okay, because like if my thing is like okay, if I'm like growing up, if I'm a filmmaker, there are those movies that I loved growing up, and if I got a chance to remake that movie that I loved with newer technology, I might take that shot because I was like I want to tell this story the way I want to tell it, you know. But there are certain movies where you're like, yeah, just leave it alone, you know.
Like,
But
okay, for
like,
instance, let's look at
But then,
Disney.
like, I'm all for it because I'm all for it doing a remake because you end up with instant classic like it, like the latest version of it.
Okay,
Those two movies were hard body. They're way better than the original one, and the
but
original one had Tim Curry, which
agree to disagree. But go ahead.
no, the reason. Okay, I will say the reason why the new ones are better is because of like you said the technology. But Tim
and
Curry was that
it
dude. He
was
he was
like
Tim Curry never played a good guy. He's been the bad guy in every movie he played in all the time.
No, 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 no,
but
no, no,
but
no. He the dad on the Wild Thornberries.
yeah,
That's a good guy.
but you got to understand, like I feel
Really,
like
that's a voice
Pennywise
actor.
was a lot creepier and scarier in the remake than he was in the original ones. The
I thought
original,
he was. I see. I thought the new ones. I liked them, but I thought they tried too hard to make him scary. Whereas in the first one, he was like because he was so creepy, he came across as scarier. Like okay, so for instance, that scene where Georgie's reaching into the fucking sewer to get the balloon, like in the first one, you know, he reaches in it, and all of a sudden Pennywise goes up, open his mouth, and you get that implied like, okay, he just fucking killed Georgie and shit like that. That started happening in the new one. I was like, oh shit, this is scary. And then they used that CGI head that jumped on him like fucking the Meg and grabbed his arm, and I was like, come on, you didn't need that. Like that was just
I mean, I think they do that to separate themselves from the first one. They're like, yo, we ain't fucking around. We killing kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like we taking arms. Like, you know,
yeah.
like here's a funny thing. Like, you remember Aliens versus Predator? I forgot which one it was.
See,
Where
okay, hold on, I'll cut you off real quick. The new one coming out, Predator Badlands. I don't want to see that shit. I'm tired of seeing the shit.
you are bugging. That shit is the first time that they it's been interesting. Like, I think Chris is gonna be a good movie. All jokes aside.
Well,
You
but did you
think?
see Prey? Because Prey was dope.
Yeah, and this is gonna be along the lines of that.
Yeah.
No, because I feel like they've done too many of them. Like,
Well,
Well, but,
they
but
can
okay, but this one you're actually taking the Predator character and actually making them the main character.
the
So
protagonist.
it's a different yeah, it's a different approach to the
they
story.
just trying to
Again,
show. They just trying to show black people with dreads in alien form. That's all.
well, because they don't come by because they got a bad rap making all the orcs look like LaDainian Tomlinson.
Wow.
No, okay,
You
so like if you're looking at remakes, like did you guys like the Rob Zombie Halloween movies?
I thought it took a way serious more tone and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it and I'm mad that they The only thing that I didn't like is that he made them siblings, and
Yeah,
that's the only thing I didn't like. I was like, you could have gone to the original source material, which it was never implied that they were like related at all. But
yeah,
I guess that was the take he wanted to bring. I think Rob Zombie does do horror very well, but I like every director has a success. He leans too far to his brand. He reminds me of like
yeah,
M Night Shyamalan. Like M Night Shyamalan has some bangers, but when he starts feeling himself, it's like, all right, your movies are shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chris, what do you think of the Rob Zombie Halloween movies?
Honestly, I've never seen the Halloween movie all the way through ever.
Mm.
I personally like
See,
the recent trilogy. I loved them, even though people
yeah,
lambasted the last one. I was like, those movies were good because it
yeah,
was made by the original creators, and they rewrote everything. They were like, "Yo, forget everything else," and that's what I
yeah.
like. And,
See,
and
I
they,
I liked I liked Rob Zombie's Halloween, the first one. The second one, is okay, but that first one I really liked because again he approached it with, I actually want to go into Michael Myers' backstory a little bit.
yep,
And when you saw that and like you saw how hulking he was, I was like, okay, this is a different feel to Halloween. So I like this remake. I don't like when they just try to remake a movie like shot for shot. It's like, no, if you're gonna remake it, make it your own. You know,
yeah.
Okay.
like with that new Crow movie, I like that they try to do something a little different. Was it successful? I don't know, but
Mm,
Except that movie was ass, and we saw it for
yeah,
free, and that movie was ass,
yeah,
pure ass.
see, I didn't see the original Crow, but
Oh my
you know,
god,
bro. That's like one of the best comic book movies ever made, in
yo,
my
kick
opinion.
him out,
no, everybody
kick
has
him
said
out
it.
the episode, kick him out the episode.
It's on TV. I can go watch it like as soon as we get done with here.
Like legit. Brandon Lee is a heartbreaking story. Like I think Sarat, he was going to be the next thing, the next action star, and
I actually think he probably would have been. I think he would have been great going into like dramatic stuff. Like I don't know if action was going to be his forte. I actually think he would have been better in dramatic. But like again, we never know.
but he was just as fast as his dad, like his hand movements and everything. The
Okay,
crazy, like,
so from what I heard in one, I forget what movie it was. I think it was Rapid Fire. Like he didn't have the discipline like his dad had. Like
Mm,
you had to make him come do rehearsals and stuff like that. Like I don't know if he
because
was at.
bro, he wasn't born for this. Like if Bruce Lee didn't die young, his kids would have been preppy kids that were just rich assholes that lived in Hollywood. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but now
no,
because the world wanted it so, like it only happens in acting. Like you know what I mean? Like if Michael Jordan would have died young, ain't nobody like, come on, Marcus, we need you to get on the court, brother. We need you to take over the mantle. Like it's
mm,
only in acting that they're like, you got to follow in your father's footsteps, and in certain singing, like the fact that they wanted one of Michael Jackson's kids to play him in the biopic is like, bro, leave these kids alone. Like you have so many actors like, oh, he looks like
yeah,
Michael, and it's like,
mm,
shut the fuck up. Like nobody cares
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
yeah.
But
All right, final thoughts on Horror in the High Desert. I'll go first since it was my movie. I like this movie. I recommend it because I actually think it comes across as a genuine documentary. And if you're not looking for certain things, you might think it's actually a real documentary. It does take a little turn at the end, a little more. It becomes a little bit more of a entertainment thing at the end. So however you feel about that, but like I think it was a successful like faux documentary in my opinion.
Okay.
Chris,
all right, why you don't go to me?
because Chris hasn't talked in a bit, so I'm giving him a chance to talk.
Um,
Go ahead.
I mean, no, I feel the same way. Like it had me. The movie's 81 minutes long. My math sucks, so just the last 7 minutes. But I mean, shit. Like if you choose to watch it, I know we just ruined it for you, but watch it for what it is and
Yeah,
see if you get caught like we did. And that's all I can say. Like, if I recommend it to somebody, it's because I want to be an asshole and prank them. Then that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, watch this shit. It's good. It was a good fucking fake. It's like wrestling.
Marvelous.
right, hold on.
Marco's like, Marco's like, I feel personally attacked.
I'm waiting for it.
Can you see me? I'm looking at the camera right now.
Okay, I got you.
Fuck this movie. Fuck this motherfucker Sarat for making me watch this. Fuck Dutch Marriage. Fuck Luminol Entertainment. Fuck Indie Rights Movies. Fuck fucking Prime for having like a load of shit that they always provide.
Hold on, Cece was on Prime.
Shitty movies.
Yeah, Cece's on Prime, so I get yeah, it's valid. Yeah,
just fuck. Hey, if a friend recommends it and his name is Sarat, fuck that guy. Stab him. Hey, as a matter of fact, here, I got a knife for you. Stab that motherfucker.
Oh man.
That's it.
Oh,
I think he liked it.
Yeah. Well, that's the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast featuring Marcos. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka the Sunset Kid. 5'6".
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red for Delta. Marcos, what you got going on tonight? Call me if you need me.
Glizzies all day, every day.
No, I know. Don't call me because of that. I thought you had like to kill somebody.
Baseball. We're playing night baseball, my friend. My friend Sarat. He said somebody said he could get it, and Chris is, my friend. He wants the potato balls. Hey, it's okay, Papi. That's what you want. You want the potato balls, and Sarat wants to get it. It's okay.
With some hot sauce. Shit.
Listen, hey, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, bear with us with the technical difficulties. It'll be straightened out. We're good. All right.
Because Sarat is on a Mickey Mouse computer.
This computer is old. So.
Oh man.
Where the fuck? Okay, there we
go. Leave that in. Where the fuck?
I'm a warrior.